Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Winton Woods High School on this Thursday evening, September the 16th, 2021, as we will watch the Walnut Hills Eagles take on the Winton Woods Warriors at yeah. As it looks like does it look like Winton Woods will or I'm just trying to so it looks like we will get ready to kick it off here. We got a great crowd here tonight. All right. It will be just a second here, ladies and gentlemen, as the referee is checking the pressure of the balls. So it will be just a minute as we will get started here momentarily. We have a great crowd here tonight. Just another few minutes here as we we're still waiting to get started here. They are checking the lineups as we will get started here very briefly. As it looks like Winton Woods, number 11, Lauren Giles will get it to begin the game. That is up in the air. Oh my, what an incredible hit there. As this is a best of 3 match, first to 2 wins the game. As it is now 1-0 Winton Woods. So number 11 will get it again, Lauren Giles, and that is served up in the air, batted back by Walnut Hills, and not returned by Lauren Giles. And now it is a tie match, 1-1. Number 21 for Walnut Hills, Sadie Hellinger. That is served up in the air, hit by number 14. So it looks like the ball got nearly tied up there by number 1 of Winton Woods, Deshelle Owens. As it is now 2-1 Walnut Hills. A good set there as that hits the net. Number 14. As it is now 3-1 Walnut Hills. Number 21 Walnut Hills. Some decent bumps here. As it is now 4-1 Walnut Hills. And it looks like there's going to be a Winton Woods timeout here. And we'll be right back. Looks like Walnut Hills will get it after the timeout has concluded. Looks like number 21, Sadie Hellinger, will get it. Oh my, what an incredible dive there by number 5 of Winton Woods, Denia Trammell. Some good bumps here. The ball got tied up there as it goes out of bounds, and it will be Winton Woods' point. And it is now 4-3 Walnut Hills. An incredible serve there. As the ball gets tied up again, and it looks like that it hit the net. And here's a replay of the good bump, and then the ball kind of getting tied up in between both sides here. But it is now 5-3 Walnut Hills. Good backward set there as a dive as the ball goes into the ground. And it is now 5-4 Walnut Hills. As there's another replay of a good dive, but the ball just hit the ground. Oh my, what an incredible serve there as it goes out of bounds on Winton Woods' side, and it is now 6-4 Walnut Hills. Looks like it's tied up as it is now 7-4 Walnut Hills. All I've seen tonight is the ball get tied up so far, but it's still early. Some incredible bumps to just keep the ball where it needs to be as that almost hits the top of the net. Under the net, excuse me. Good bump there Oh my, these are some good sets. So it looks like somebody stepped over the line, but here's a picture of that good set and then the ball getting tied up. As it is now 10-4 Walnut Hills. It's number 24, Rory Chandler for Walnut Hills serves it. Some slight bumps there to keep the ball in play. From my angle, the looked like it hit the net, but the referee did not call it. So, what a good bump there. Some good bumps here to just keep it up in the air to keep the ball in play. Oh my, what a dive there. As it is now 11-4 Walnut Hills, as there's a replay here of 11-5, excuse me. As it looks like the play is blown dead here. As it's under the net. Yep. As looks like number 6 steps over the line. So it is now 12-5 Walnut Hills. Number 24, Rory Chandler serves it, as that will go out of bounds in Winton Wood's left corner. As it is now 13-5 Walnut Hills. Number 16, Julia Shotwell serves it. Oh my, what a dive there by number 8. What a dive there by number 8, Tyler Greggs, as he knocks the flag out of the referee's hand. Oh my, what a play that was. Good serve there. Oh my, what a dive there. But the ball unfortunately hits the ground. It is now 14-6 Walnut Hills. Looks like she tried to dive for it, but the ball bounced first. Number 14. Another good bump. Some slight sets there as number 14, Alyssa Brown, serves it, but she tries to but it hits the line here as she misses it. Yep. Good set there. As the ball gets tied up again, as it is now 15-6, 16-6 Walnut Hills. This looks like number 1, Deshelle Owens will serve it. Good dive there to go down to a knee, but keeps it in play as it's tied up, and that will be Winton Wood's point. Is now 16-7 Walnut Hills. Looks like there's a timeout. Nope, no timeout. Substitution, excuse me. It's number 5 for Winton Woods. Will serve it. Denia Trammell. Good set there. Good dive just a little bit early there. As it is now 17-7 Walnut Hills. As we see a replay here. Looks like number 18 serves it. Christina Kamalv. A slight hit there right next to the net as the ball sort of gets tied up here. As it is now 18-7 Walnut Hills. Number 18 serves it. Good set there by number 11 of Winton Woods as it hits the net, and it is now 19-7 as we see the replay here of the set. Just couldn't get it over. Oh my. As that is a point for Walnut Hills. It is now 19-7 Walnut Hills. It's number 18. All right. As number 8 hits the net here, Taylor Griggs. Number 5 for Walnut Hills, Charlie Harlon. Oh my, what a bump there to keep it in play. Dive there by number 8, Winton Woods, Tyler Griggs. As we see the replay here, just could not get to the ball quick enough. Oh my, by number 5. It looks like that ball was all over the place. It is now 23-7 Walnut Hills. Looks like number 5 for Walnut Hills is going to serve it. Oh my, what a dive there to keep the ball in play. Some slight bumps there, but by number 24, but it hits the net, and it is now 23-8 Walnut Hills. Number 11 for Winton Woods serves it. The ball hits the ground here, as it is now set point 24-8 Walnut Hills. So it looks like number 21 for Walnut Hills is going to serve it, Sadie Hellinger. Slight bump there. Good bump there. As it is now as that concludes set number 1, Walnut Hills 25, Winton Woods 8. It is best of 3 sets. First to 2 wins the game. And we'll be right back after these messages.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in Ohio. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Hi, I'm Bob Hoying. The life lessons that interscholastic athletics can teach kids are so much more important than wins and losses, and will stay with them long after their playing days are over. Discipline, teamwork, sportsmanship, integrity, getting along with others, and overcoming adversity can all be learned through school sports. The lessons that these student athletes learn through sports today will help them be prepared for wins and losses of life tomorrow.
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
Let's take a time out to talk about educational athletics. That means the school sports are an extension of the classroom. Student athletes earn the privilege of participation in sports by succeeding during the school day first, before they put on the team uniform after. Student athletes prove that with better attendance records, higher GPAs, and fewer discipline issues than non-student athletes. That's what it means to be a part of the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
As we are back now, as we get ready to start set number 2, Walnut Hills is up 1-0. I've seen some incredibly good sets here from both teams, as well as some good bumps as well. Let's see what set number 2 has to bring. So, as well, I just seen the ball getting constantly tied up. Maybe things will change in set number 2. As it looks like Walnut Hills number 24, Rory Chandler, will get it to begin set number 2. She serves it up in the air, slight bump there. As the ball will go out of bounds, it is 1-0 Walnut Hills. As number 24, Rory Chandler, will get it back here. Oh my, what an incredible bump there. Another good set to keep the ball in play, but it looks like it hits the ground. And it is now tied up 1-1 as there is a replay here. Number 11 of Winton Woods gets it. Yaminski Diablo. Some good bumps here. Diablo, as it bounces right in front of her. Now number 21, Sadie Hellinger, gets it back to serve it. Good serve. As it looks like 2 players tried to hit that at the same time, and it is now 2-1 Walnut Hills. As Sadie Hellinger gets it back here. And she's ready to serve it. Good bump there. Good set. So I thought it hit the ground, but it's still in play here. Good backwards bump. Another good bump. It almost looked like a double hit, but block and a hit. Some good bumps and sets. Way to keep it in play. Another good set. As it hits her hand, but the ball hits the ground as there is a replay here. Here's the block and the hit. And there's the last hit. It is now 4-1 Walnut Hills. It looks like that's going to be Walnut Hills' point. And it is now 5-1 Walnut Hills. As number 21, Sadie Hellinger, gets it to serve it. Good serve. Good bump there by number 14. As the play is blown dead and looks like it's going to be Winton Woods' point. So therefore it was a double hit. It is now 5-2 Walnut Hills. Oh my. Number 4 tries to keep it in play, but it goes out of bounds. Looks like number 7 is going to get it. A.V. Perry. Looks like she goes out of bounds to serve the ball. So there's a potential illegal rotation. Just trying to figure out what the issue is here. It'll be a few seconds before we can get back to the action here. We're just trying to figure out what the issue is. Or potentially maybe an illegal substitution. Bear with us as we figure out the issue. We're just trying to figure out what the issue is here. So potentially we have an illegal substitution without permission from the referee. So she might have checked into the game without permission from the referee. We are just trying to figure out what the issue is here before we can get back to the action. As the floor referee checks the scorecard. Yep. So it looks like she walks on to What was the number? As it looks like number 6, Natalie Slava Bravo, walks onto the court without checking in with the referee. So they are still trying to figure out the issue here.
Because we could have just walked in from
And a girl in the back walked off, and I believe that was number 10, Maya Tiana Spencer. So we're ready to get back into the action here as number 7, Walnut Hills, Ava Perry is going to serve it. As the ball drops there, and they are not penalized for the illegal substitution, and it is now 7-2 Walnut Hills. Looks like number 7, Ava Perry's going to serve it again. Some good bumps there. Good backwards bump. Looks like number 10 of Winton Woods hit the net, Maya Tiana Spencer. As we look at the replay here, she went over the net. Looks like number 5 of Winton Woods is going to serve it. Denia Trammell, as she goes out of bounds to play the ball here. As the play is blown dead immediately after the ball has been served. It looks like there's going to be a reserve by number 5, Denia Trammell here. Good serve, another good bump. Good pump, almost hits the ceiling. Good play there. Looks like number 1 for Winton Woods hits the net, Deshelle Owens. And it is now 9-3 Walnut Hills. Good bump. Kind of has to jog and bump the ball. And it is now 9-4 Walnut Hills. Now there's a substitution as number 8 of Winton Woods gets ready to serve it. Tyler Greggs, as it looks like the play is blown dead here. It's whistled a palm ball. It's a bad serve. Good bump. They're definitely keeping the ball in the air here as the ball just goes by, and it is now 10-4 Walnut Hills. (10-5), excuse me. Number 14 of Winton Woods. Good bump. As number 6 of Winton Woods, Nylas Sabelli Bravo will let the ball go by as the ball is being called in by the referee. Bump by number 5 of Winton Woods. Denia Trammell. And it is now 12-5 Walnut Hills. Number 5 serves it. Good backwards bump as the ball bounces over the line under the net. Good possession. Just didn't happen to be a long one. Good bump on Winton Wood's side as the ball just dropped. So therefore it is Walnut Hills point. It is now 14-5 Walnut Hills. It's number 15 of Walnut Hills serves it. Jada Turner. As the ball drops on the blue line in front of the net, it is now 15-5 Walnut Hills. Way to go down to a knee to keep the ball in play as it gets tied up right in the middle of the court. It is now 16-5 Walnut Hills. Number 15, Jada Turner serves it. Good bump there. I'm seeing some good backward serves from both teams tonight as number 5 dives to try to keep it in play. Denia Trammell, and does so unsuccessfully. It is now 17-5 Walnut Hills. Good bump. As the play is blown dead while the ball is up in the air, the ball went out of bounds as she tried to hit it. And it is now 17-6 Walnut Hills. Looks like number 12 of Winton Woods is going to serve it here. Nyla Johnson. Good serve. Another good bump. Good bump on Walnut Hills' side. Looks like a tie up there. It is now 17-7 Walnut Hills. Number 12, Nyla Johnson serves it. Good bump. 13 tries to return it, but the ball bounces in front of her and does so unsuccessfully as we see the replay here. And it is now 18-7 Walnut Hills. Looks like number 22. Another good set there as the ball bounces right below the net. It is now 18-8, 19-8. Excuse me, 18-8 Walnut Hills. Number 11 of Winton Woods serves it. Uminski the Blanco. As we see the replay of that good serve, it is now 18-9 Walnut Hills. Another good serve. Some good bumps on both sides as looks like the ball goes right out on the right side. It is now 19-9 Walnut Hills. What a hit there. Number 21, Sadie Hellinger serves it. Good bump. As the ball bounces in front of the stands. And it is now 20-9 Walnut Hills. Number 21, Sadie Hellinger, is ready to serve it again. Good bump. As it bounces in front of the stands again, looks like in front of number 13, I can't really tell. Micaiah Galloway. It's now 21-9 Walnut Hills. Looks like number 21 serve it, as it will bounce out on Winton Woods' side. It is now 21-10 Walnut Hills. Number 4 of Winton Woods serves it. Ryan Davis. So the ball gets tied up in front of the net, and that is Walnut Hills' point, 22-10, as it looks like number 7 is ready to serve it. Ava Perry. Good serve, as she will just let that go in front of 14 and number 12. It is now 23-10 Walnut Hills. Number 7, Ava Perry, is getting ready to serve it again. Good bump. Good set there. Ball stays in play. Went out of bounds there, and it is now game point serving 10. Ava Perry gets ready to serve it again. Oh my, good bump there. As the play is blown dead. And that is the game. Walnut Hills 25, Winton Woods 10, as Walnut Hills wins the set 2-0.